Alright, we're back on the time loop, and today we have quite an interesting episode. We're here at Fuji for, I think, the second time in the series. I think Dexter's the only one that's been here. Player-wise, player driver-wise, anyway. This time we're playing as Danny. Also here we have Kay Olsen, Bedlam, Sonic, Knuckles, and Buttercup. And some, GT4 cars as well. This race is different, very much so. As you can see from the session timer there, this is going to be a 35-minute race. One last extensive test of the GT4 cars before our protagonists start picking them out for themselves. And from here on, I'll actually be mostly driving GT4 cars up until probably episode 120, 110 maybe. Somewhere in there. At least the next 50 episodes. I didn't even steer there. The car literally turned itself to get around the Porsche. I missed that braking though. No, I have not. I've actually nailed it. So yeah, settle in, folks. We're gonna be here a while. We have a 35-minute race. Which basically means 1.5 daylight cycles will have passed by the end of this race. It'll be only 36 hours, really. Quickly, I decided to pick my favorite track on this game, because Suzuka's kind of, you know, as it is now on this one, can get kind of frustrating at times. But this one's much wider and just as fun as it is in the other game it appears in, that being GT Sport. Alright, the car didn't like whatever I just did there. Which is strange, because the Acura is kind of like the easy mode type car. As far as, like, think of how Alex's cars behaved in the World Race games. Vulture, really, I don't know why I say it. Cars, like he had so many different vehicles throughout the series. He had Vulture, and not all that much else. This thing doesn't have the most power, but its handling and stability is pretty hard to match. Took a little early, but... And you can tell that stability is there because traction control, once again, doesn't even pop up that often. It'd logically pop up a lot here, because there's a lot of low-speed turns, and therefore low-gear corner exits that I have to do, and traction control never has feels it has to intervene with that. Also, I think across both classes, this may be a record for largest race field, or race grid, or race driver grid, or whatever the terminology you use for lineup of cars. I usually say grid. But I know, like Tyler would say field. I've missed. Just a little bit. And Danny's proven that while he's not known for it, he's still got some pace when it comes to all-out racing. I've already gained a 6-second lead on the car in second place. Outside of story reasons, I'm just actually really good at Fuji in this game. Same thing goes for Hockenheim and for a couple of other tracks that I'm, like, notably better than AI at. The AI they are back up to where they normally are, in difficulty-wise. It's not like they're down. It's not like I didn't change them from how I had them lower for 53 with rip-off Suzuka. I did undo that, and they are still eating Danny's dust here. It also helps the Acura is my best car in the game. So really, I've just set up a dominant combination. But in reality, I don't really feel like that's too bad because I'm going to be here for a longer period of time than usual. You know, 10 extra minutes in the episode, I would like to be pretty comfortable with the car that I'm driving. There's traction control popping up for once. Mainly because I downshifted when it probably shouldn't have. The brakes are interesting. What the heck? Tires are probably... Oh, that's one thing. Let's see here. Mind blanking. Commentary required, please. Anyways, yeah, as I said, this is going to be the last episode of full-time GT3 driving. I will still drive them, but for the next, you know, whatever number of episodes, GT4s are going to kind of take center stage for a while. And when I do drive GT3s again, it'll be kind of in like an off episode. So after this part, there's going to be another preview episode for Act 2, I guess we'd call it, of Time Loop. Luckily there aren't going to be 20 of them. Oh, hello, rain. That came from out of absolutely nowhere. Oh dear God. Should I be pitting here? I don't know, I'm not close enough to the AI to see what they're doing. It's just regular rain. So I think as long as I drive, as long as I drive really cautious, I should be fine either way. Brake right about here. Very good, I changed the brake bias. Okay. That's the wrong way. I'm too busy looking at other stuff, I'm not looking at the road. AI didn't pit either. Which at least tells me that I have done the correct thing there. But... oh yeah, the rain's already kind of gone. What the heck? Let's go gas around here somewhere. What the heck was this rain? Well, unfortunately now it's going to take like an hour to get rid of the rain that we accumulated from like 90 seconds of it being here. Yeah, now it's just back to overcast. But rain's not going to go away until the sun rises. I cannot tell if I'm actually getting ahead of the AI further or if I'm like... I think I might be just stagnating. I'm not sure though. I'm losing tons of handling here. The car is actually not that uncontrollable, probably because of traction control and being what it is, but it is not turning the best at all. Drive line's already forming, that doesn't make any sense. Actually, I guess it does. The GT4 cars probably already went through here, ever since the rain stopped. I don't need traction control on a straightaway. There's a tiny amount of spray in parts, but as of now, if I stay right here, there's not much water. I do want to hear though. Oh, GT4 cars are coming out of the pits right next to me. Short shifting for better traction. And this is plenty of times in the last couple of episodes. And the AI, I think it's smart to pit. The rain has stopped. Just the matter of the water on the track is what's still plaguing us here. Is the AI on the GT4 cars. There's Mount Fuji in the background, looking ominous as ever. Hello? Yeah, they're on wet tires, and so they're actually faster than me. This is really awkward to make this decision. The car is not undrivable, but I'm losing so much time, even to the GT4s. Is it not foggy? Oh my god, it is, in fact. Yeah, we're pitting now. That is for sure. Stop it! Stop it! Let me change the stuff, stupid car. Daylight's coming. I see the fog lasted for all of like 10 seconds. On the first pit stall! Hello, puddle! How are you? Oh my god! Well, that's just kind of mean. Sure enough, as I go to change tires now, all of the rain is going to start drying up, and within like 5 or 6 laps, I'll have to change again. But, at the very least, so will the other cars. Repair what? Oh my god, there are pits in this game sometimes. I had like 1 engine damage. What are you possibly repairing? Oh my god. Should've just turned that off. Well, there goes the lead, more than likely, unless I really got ahead of the AI while I was... Yeah, there they go. That has to be one of them. Yep. I would be leading still, but they had to repair in like non-existent damage. So yeah, there's rain and puddles everywhere. Everywhere! Oh my god. Don't look what the forecast up there says. It is not clear. Ugh. Oh, Danny. Well, let's hope you can find that dominant pace you had in the first part of the race before Kogasa showed up and started surprise flash flooding everywhere. Leader's like 40 seconds away from me. which actually wouldn't just be down to the pit stop. That would be something else. I think they just didn't go in at all. Yeah, they didn't go in. Doesn't look like second or third are coming in though. Ah, I scratched my nose! Then nearly died for it. At least this water's gonna start to go away now. Track is gonna heat up. It's actually not too far from the real life temperature where I live right now, 62. So I know at some point I'll have to switch back to the slick tires. I broke very early. I don't even know what tires he's on. Is he on the soft tires, or is he on slick tires, or is he on the the wets? Oh, good braking, me. I can't see the... Okay, yeah, you must be on the softs, because that wouldn't work. Danny does not care. You're also a Z4, so I don't care. You guys are like the Tanukis of GT3 cars, just always messing with people. And of course, too, with the weather the way it has been so far, keeping the wet tires on might not even be the worst thing to do, as long as I can get away with it, because there's probably going to be more rain. So newsflash, Danny has not been showing the pace he had originally, as I accidentally pulled my earbud cord, trying to scratch myself. You are not trying to pass me here. What are you doing? You will end us both. Holy crap! Car didn't like that, whatever that was. Or this. Yeah, I'm thinking that the tires are getting a little uncomfortable. I don't know where I get that impression from. It's awkward to do, but I can keep them cool by driving through the water. But that doesn't work anymore once the water is gone. And I keep misjudging the braking point, and this Z4 is just all the happier about it, because that means he can just scare me again. I didn't need that. Typical Danny. Isn't that a 2-second penalty, though? So the dry line is quite pronounced. Much longer, and I would almost think it's safe to head back to the slick tires. Except for right there. I am faster than that car up there, which tells me that he must also be on the wet tires. That, or he's just really not very good at this. I've had my lights on this entire time. Oops. Now there we go, that's braking. You're just getting a little hazy? Nope, still overcast. Oops. That requires steering. Like, I'm really catching K. Olsen right now. And I'm bringing the stupid Z4 right along with me. Braking there is awkward. Very. Tire heat's not quite critical. I've missed the braking point. Will not stop until he's run into me, will he? That's Danny's job, you stupid German freak. The track and/or car is definitely getting quicker. And I cannot tell, I mean, I assume that's because the track is drying up, but unfortunately with the way the weather has been, I couldn't tell you if it's gonna rain again and it's gonna trick the AI into pitting. Or what have you, but as for now it is getting quite hazy. Nope, that's just actual fog. As you see it just kind of like load in miraculously, almost like we're playing Minecraft here. Worth noting, yeah, because of the 1.5 night cycles, it will reach nighttime again before the race is over, and will end in the early morning. That portal is still there. Well, this is going to be interesting. I can speak. And now the fog is gone. And we're just back to overcast, I guess. Now I'm getting all the slipstream off of K. Olsen here. Will I do something stupid? Of course Danny will. Although in reality, it didn't actually look that stupid. Oh God, you're not done. Oh, that looks pretty. There's Buttercup. She's up a couple of places since we started here. This would be the end of the race normally. Coming to the end of the next lap would be the end of the race. That also looked really cool there. It's the last of the sun we'll see until probably the last lap or maybe last 2 laps. But I hope for my tire's sake that it's not the last of the rain that we're going to see. Now, the temperatures are kind of stagnating though, so it's kind of hard to know if that's actually a problem or not. The track temperature is actually relatively cool. That's too late. I looked at the wrong billboard. No, it isn't. I'm fine. Actually, that was perfect. Do that a lot. I'll think I completely missed, but it was actually perfect. And then I'll think I did something perfectly, and then I've completely balls it up. The rain here is, or the water here is not standing so much as it used to be in this corner. I am definitely catching up to Buttercup here, though. Stop! This is actually, of course, as I mentioned before, this is going to halt any progress the water was making on going away, too. No sun to dry it up, which means I have some guaranteed puddles to use. And clearly Buttercup is on the wet tires as well. Not handling them nearly as well as I am, though. Well, dear God, this is going to be a mix of person. Oh, she's going in. She knows something's coming that I don't. Forecast is clear, so she must be on wet tires. That or her tires are actually just worn out. Which could be the case, but... tire wear has never really been an issue in this series. They do go down a little bit. You can even see here there's like a tiny little divot of tire life missing there. As it looks like Kay Olsen is still back there helping to keep the Z4 off of my tailpipe. Now there's all the GT4 cars ahead. I think we'll have 4 more laps to go after this one, based on where I think the leader might be. They seem that they will be a very trying 4 laps because I gotta lap these guys. And while sometimes they do just move like they're supposed to, the AI in this game isn't always that bright. Well, there's one out of the way, as they're going to go into pits. There's also a couple of GT3 cars in there. So here's the difference in speed. GT4s are actually way slower, as you can see. Oh god, there's another car here. That went better than expected, to be 100% honest. I expected, like, someone was gonna have to get barged out of the way. But no, that was not to be the case. Maybe more GT3s will go in? I don't know. It seems the weather is pretty much stabilized for the rest of the race. Early braking for the win. Yeah, luckily I have plenty of stuff in between me and the other two cars back there. So the 6th place is probably the lowest I can go. Unless I make a, you know, crash. Make a crash. Good. Are they all 4 right there? I gotta see this. Oh yeah, look at that. Of course, we don't know any of them, but they're there. We don't know who any of those drivers are. They're not Buttercup, Bedlam, or Kay Olsen, mainly because both of them are behind us. I see headlights in distance, but those would be GT4s. And you can see a bit of heat building on those tires. The water is mostly drying up, but I don't have it in me to pit, as all of them have. And that would grant me the lead, so as long as I can keep the tires somewhat cool, then everything has just worked out. I just have to finish the race on the wrong kind of tire. It's not impossible. Especially not when it begins to rain again. So the weather has smiled upon Danny on this day, because that has bailed me out so hard. What kind of rain is it? It just looks like regular rain. I can't look here. There's multiple different kinds. There's light, normal, storm, thunderstorm, and then fog with rain. Or heavy fog with rain. This is just standard fare rain. It won't be here for long, but it'll be here for enough to make the track wet. And that is the most important thing in this ordeal. Car's a little more understeery, but to be honest, if it hadn't started raining, it would have been the same way. So we'll have 2 more laps to go after the completion of this one. And there's one last GT4 car to lap ahead. I lapped like 5 at once. Lapping 1 shouldn't be much of an issue. And yeah, he tries to move, but he's actually going into the grass to stay out of my way. I don't think you have to go that far. There's plenty of road here. Broke a tiny bit early, but it's not like I'm under a huge threat from anybody. I had a lot of GT4 cars build me up a pretty good gap to that mischievous BMW, and all my other rivals have pit on to what is actually now the wrong set of tires. How ironic fate can be. That's a Sonic 06 quote for you. ironic fate can be. You know, I can't do the brooding supervillain voice too well. The closest I can get is Reaper from Overwatch. Death walks among you. Never mind, we're just gonna go back to myself. It's like I can, if I've had something to eat or drink, my voice gets deeper, and so I can do voices like Mephiles or Shadow or Reaper better. But otherwise, I'm too busy talking and I nearly miss a turn completely. Otherwise, my voice actually pitches the other way and I can get it a little higher. I can actually talk like Blossom and Bubbles from Powerpuff Girls better than I can talk like Mojo Jojo can. I thought we were getting some red sky treatment over there, but that's just a mountain. So we are on the final lap in this momentous race, the final race of the GT3 section, or the full GT3 section of the series. Within the next 2 days, there will be a preview episode up detailing all of the drivers for the GT4 category. I don't know what a good that Nidori's Renault upgrade will do when she's immediately going to get a new car. In multi-class races now, there can be certain characters in GT3 cars, and then other characters. Hello, Fog with Rain. Thank you for braking incredibly early. Yoink. And the fog is gone. No. The GT4s are battling each other up here. Janetto versus Mustang. Oh no, that's Buttercup. That's not a Mustang. I'm going to lap Buttercup. Not your best day, sweetie. I'm not going to, but I'm going to almost do it. Oh, I might do it. I will do it. She was stuck behind the crossbow there. And yes, that's a crossbow. They're back in the series now. I kind of had a bit of headcanon here with Buttercup and Danny becoming pretty good friends. They are pretty similar in personalities. Hot-headed, heroic, aggressive, but still ultimately the main protagonist. Well, one of them in Buttercup's case. There are two other ones in hers, but... I thought they were holding the speed limit at first, but they're actually just at like half throttle, which kind of makes sticking with her a little more difficult. Look at that sunrise. They call it the land of the rising sun for a reason, you know? That was a nice cruise. I was gonna play in GT Sport again. Oh, the puddles. Oh, good God, the puddle. That's a lot of water. Okay. I don't know why I said Bedlam. He's not here. Got some Knuckles and Sonic finished next to each other in 8th and 9th. Our guys did terrible, by the way. They took up all the bottom 4 positions, and then the only one that didn't do terribly was the one that I'm playing as. Go figure. Oh no, Bedlam was here. He just got outfinished by a GT4 car. Oh my God, Bedlam. Wasn't even like failing to lap the GT4. No. He actually was like, he lost definitively to that GT4 car.